Good morning, everybody. I am here at a Helping Hand Counseling Center with the team. If you don't mind introducing yourselves.
Dale Ziegler.
Justin Harris.
Lucy Pastor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is great. It's kind of quiet here because normally when we do spotlights, there's events and there's parties, so I'm almost kind of have to scream in here. So forgive me if it's a little loud, but I appreciate it. So if Dale, if you don't mind talking a little bit about, what is a Helping Hand? Where are we now?
We started Helping Hand about 6 years ago, and then we moved into this building about 4.5 years ago. And the idea behind it was we just wanted to be an outreach to the community. And it was interesting. It was right before COVID, and it was the perfect time because then things just exploded right after that, and the practice just exploded because of the need for mental health. And yeah, so that's where we got started at. And
so it's behavioral and mental health services.
Behavioral, mental health. We do marriage and family. We do a lot of children. We also have a for-profit and a non-profit. My goal behind this was never to turn anybody away. So we offer services to anybody in the community, whether they can afford it or not.
That's great. And what makes you different than other behavioral centers?
I think the fact that we're more like a family here, where we really enjoy being around each other. If you notice, the rooms, each one are set up like a little living room set up. And I think the fact that we don't turn anybody away. We want to be able to help the entire family, not just the person that's coming, because we recognize the issue might be that the person's having an issue, but it may have something to do with the mom or the dad, and they may not have insurance.
Yeah, that's great. When I've been to other behavioral centers, I've gone a couple times, for my kids and my daughter to get them, tested for, one thing or another for school. I noticed that it felt more like a doctor's office.
Yeah, I wanted to get away from the clinical feel.
100%.
I wanted to be more where people can come in, feel like they're relaxed, and just be able to unload the burdens that they have.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So can you go a little bit into each one of the offerings and kind of talk about how you service each one?
So we have therapists that work specifically with children, probably ages 4 or 5 up to about 10 or 11, 12, something like that. And then we have therapists that work with people from age 10 up to maybe college age. And then we have other therapists that work with those that are older, whether they're single, married. And then after the first of the year, we're going to start working with those that have Medicare, those that are senior citizens, that there's really nothing in the area here for them to get services right now. So we're going to start doing that come January, February.
Okay. And you mentioned marriage and family. How is that service?
That's my passion. That's what really got me started with counseling, because I came from a family that was messed up. And then I met my wife's family, and they were really messed up. And so I started studying marriage 45, 50 years ago. And the name came from a Sunday school class that I went to called A Helping Hands. And the first book that we ever studied, which I still have in my desk, is Whatever Happened to Mom, Dad, and the Kids. And so I've been married for 45 years, and I've been studying marriage about the same length.
Nice. I love it. And do you have counselors, or is it just you?
No, we have. I'm actually doing probably less counseling now, because we have a staff of about 17, 18, 19 therapists. And so I basically work at training them and passing on to them so that they can help the next generation and all of that. But I do still see a few clients.
Okay, that's great. I mean, it's pretty massive. You guys got to come by. I mean, you walked around, it's like a maze.
Yeah.
How many rooms do you have?
We have 12 rooms altogether, right?
Yes, it's 12.
Okay, 12. Yeah, and
nice.
All the rooms are themed a little bit differently. We have a couple playrooms that we could show you that are geared specifically for kids to go in and feel like they have an atmosphere where they can just play and have a good time.
Nice. And how is your team involved? I know you said that the office won't run without them, so talk a little bit about that.
If it wasn't for Lucy and for Justin, I don't even know if I would still be here, to be honest with you. They are the ones that I can handle the therapy and I can work with the clients, but they do all the nuts and bolts and all the other things that are just overwhelming. It would just be impossible for me to do what we do here if it wasn't for the two of them.
That's great. You want to mention a couple of things, Justin?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I wear a couple of hats around the office. One of the more common ones, Dale calls me tech support.
Yeah.
I probably hear that once or twice a day at least. But yeah, so I help with all the technology things. I help with onboarding people into our system. I help Lucy with billing things here and there. We do audits together. And I, pretty much anything to do with the system that therapists have questions about, clients have questions about, I'm your guy.
That's great. And Lucy?
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I manage the office. I run payroll. I make sure everything is going smoothly. We're starting, that's where we met, actually, the network group, because our goal is to grow our nonprofit to help families around town that don't have insurance so they could have sessions. So that's our biggest thing, to go out there and explain what we do and break the mental health stigma of
I love it.
Yeah, so
She's also our billing extraordinaire. It's all of the billing and credentialing.
So
and
fun.
So you guys can't go on vacation, right? You're
Well,
not allowed
not
to
right
go on
now.
vacation.
He kind of, that's why I tell Justin, I need like a hot spot. And he was like, no. Self-care, Lucy. I'm like, well, I don't mind a couple minutes of running some claims really quickly, but.
Yeah. Well, it's great, and I appreciate the time. I know you guys are really busy, so I appreciate you, Dale, Justin, and Lucy, for this spotlight from around
Thank
my
you.
town. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And this is Jason Levy from Around My Town. There's a team at A Helping Hand. If you could give us real quick, how can they get a hold of you? What is a website, Instagram, phone number?
All right, back to me. Yeah, phone
tech
number.
support.
Phone number 407-450-5985. That's a good way to get to us. Our website is ahelpinghandcounselingcenter.com, and Facebook is, I think, AHHCC. I don't know.
Counseling.
Yeah,
Counseling.
I'll put it in the caption.
Yeah, I can't remember quite what the Facebook is, but same thing for Instagram, I'm pretty sure. And yeah.
Great. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it.